All right, welcome and Shalom. We're live tonight on this February 17th, 2023. It is now 9:52 p.m. Central Time, where I'm at in Minnesota and many other places. Oh, I should have said Shabbat Shalom. Actually, Shabbat Shalom. It is the Sabbath. Yes, Sabbath just started. It's sunset here. And sunset is now at 5:40 something. About 10 or 12 minutes later than last week. So anyway, it's getting lighter every week. That's good. Spring is not far off. And as a matter of fact, what do we have? 1, 2, 3. I think now there's only 4 more Sabbaths until spring. Sabbaths until spring. So after today, 4 more Sabbaths after today. We are in spring. We're getting close to February, actually 2 weeks from today. Oh, wait. Maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, I think 2 weeks from today is March 1st. So anyway, marching right into spring. We're going to march into spring. Anyway, hi Dee, how you doing tonight? I hope you had a wonderful day. Shabbat Shalom. And I'm going to read the 10 Commandments. I'm not going to read them, I'm just going to. I'm buffering already. Look at that. They just knocked me off. Anyway, it just spun in circles and my picture got knocked out. Anyway, I'm going to read it and I'm going to take that tab down because it might be buffering. You had a good day today? Awesome. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to spring. We got about 4 more weeks till spring and I'm super happy. All right, I'm going to read the 4th commandment, which is the one about following the Sabbath, the Shabbat. And it says in Exodus chapter 20. Well, here, actually, I can share this. YouVersion. I don't know what that means. All right, let's go back over here. I'll pull this up. I don't even know what this is from, but it's easy. 10 Commandments is in Exodus 20. And when you get to Exodus 20, verse 8 through 11, there's the longest one. At least one of the longest. She's the longest. I think it is the longest of the commandments. And remember, Moses went up, got 2 tablets. God wrote his finger on the tablets. You think, well, how could all this fit on the tablet? Well, I mean, if it happened that way, you gotta remember there was they used both sides of the tablets, front and back of the tablets. So you would have four writing surfaces. This one right here would fill almost one side, but you would have commandment 1, and some of the early ones are a little longer too. So 1 and 2 on one on one tablet, 3 and 4 on another, 5, 6, 7, 8 on another, 9, 10 on the 4th. Anyway, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. That's a tricky part. And all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. That wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. And how people think that turned into a man, I don't know. How did that turn into Jesus? How is Jesus' Sabbath? That's kind of weird. He's our rest. Well, I think Jesus would have said, okay, you guys sit down. I got something to say. I am the Sabbath. He didn't say that. And Pinch, if you're listening, I got something for you. You know how them chickens aren't laying eggs? There's been a problem. Well, actually, I Googled it today. Well, actually, I'll tell you a couple things. I Googled it today. It seems like a lot of the culprit is coming out of Tractor Supply. The food, if you look it up, it's going to say Tractor Supply. People are saying, "Hey, I ain't buying that anymore." I don't know what the feed that there's two channels that I watch that are having problems with their chickens, and they're both down south. One is in either North or South Carolina. The other one is in Georgia, I think. But anyway, the feed that they're getting has made the chicken stop, and this is a very common problem right now. I don't know where people are getting feed, but Tractor Supply seems to be one of them. Anyway, hi Grace, how you doing tonight? Shabbat shalom to you. Anyway, Lead Farmer 73, who I have recommended before, just he's good, got a lot of information, a lot of good stuff, homesteading, whatever. He lives in the city or in a suburb. He lives in a suburb, and he's got it going on. He's got bees, he's got chickens, he's got everything. Solar, he's got it going on, man. But anyway, he also made a video about his chickens not laying eggs, stopped laying eggs. Homestead Heart, and she's the one I also recommend. I've learned my canning stuff from her. A lot of good gardening stuff, but their chickens stopped laying eggs. She's in Georgia, and they figured out it was the feed also. So she was the one recommending. They gave them cracked corn, crushed corn to the chickens to kind of clean them out and get them healthy again. And but anyway, both cases, both had problems with their chickens not laying eggs. And how convenient at a time where eggs are between $5 and $10 a dozen. Yeah, do you think you're gonna get your own? Oh heck no, we're gonna put something in the feed and you ain't gonna get no eggs. Well, what Lead Farmer 73 said, he showed today how he makes this big he makes this big kettle of food for on the stove for the chickens. Forget that chicken feed. So he was this big kettle with beans, water, and pasta. And he mixes it up, and it looks like some kind of a casserole or hot dish, as we call it. and he cooks this up, and it's a big kettle full, and he gets like a Cool Whip container and feeds 13 chickens with a Cool Whip container full of these beans and macaroni, and they're loving it. Now all of a sudden they're starting to lay eggs again. Guess what? Hallelujah, they're laying eggs. And they said their feathers, that he showed the chickens how they're not pecking and going crazy, starving to death between feedings, because he said, like, every time you bring food out, they're like attacking each other, and just it was crazy. Like they were never getting full. And now with this food, their chickens are getting full. They're not fighting each other anymore. They're looking great. They eat. They're all filled up. And anyway, he showed they're starting to lay eggs. When they go, "Cuck, cuck, 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 cuck," or the chicken noise, that means they're laying an egg. And anyway, it goes in there. Yeah, and there's it's kind of cool. He's pretty good. I thought it was funny. He's got these like concrete eggs in the stalls, and they're painted, and they look like regular. They look like eggs. But he says, so the eggs, when the chicken lays the eggs, it'll peck that. And what he does is put the concrete eggs in there, so the chickens don't want to peck because they're tired of hitting the concrete eggs, so they just stop pecking the eggs open. So anyway, but he was showing he had 4 eggs, and that was they're just starting to lay eggs again. Anyway, so that's a good anyway, that's at Lead Farmer 73. If you want to check him out, he's got a recipe for feeding chickens, and they're laying eggs. Yes. And it was really weird because she said on Homestead Heart, she said her chickens stopped laying eggs. Her and her husband were talking about this, how their chickens stopped laying eggs. I mean, they were getting tons of eggs rolling in. Well, anyway, all of a sudden, less and less and less. Now, none. Anyway, they figured out it was the feed, of course. But they said they got ducks on the property that don't eat the food. And somehow they stopped laying eggs. Just, I don't even know why. But after they switched the chickens' food, because the chickens are in a cage, after they switched the chickens' food, even the ducks started laying eggs. Well, first the ducks started laying eggs again, which is weird. And then hopefully hers start. And she watches Lead Farmer 73. They kind of have promoted each other. So I'm sure she saw that, what his little recipe was. And not expensive either. Beans and macaroni. A little goulash. And he said what's good is also is in the food, they're getting lots of protein, but they're also that food has soaked up a lot of water. Like 2 days it soaks up water. And he said that so they're also getting the water in with their food, and so they're not thirsty all the time. Anyway, so yeah, so Pinch, if you maybe you might want to check out Lead Farmer 73, check out his chicken feeding recipe. I was gonna say something. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. I remembered about the chickens and had to bring that up because I'm planning on getting chickens. I'm thinking about getting chickens this year. I'm thinking about getting chickens, maybe just a couple. I don't want it overwhelmed with eggs. It's probably cheaper too. Yeah, right. Besides that, the chicken feed went way up. First of all, the chicken feed went sky high to try to discourage people from getting chickens. And then when that didn't work, they just put, I don't know what they did to it, but all of a sudden, hey, your chickens ain't gonna lay eggs. Well, most people have chicken hens, you know what I mean, for laying eggs. And yeah, if they're gonna lay eggs, they're probably gonna, Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited. I was thinking about doing it. I got a building I can turn right into a chicken coop. Anyway, or build one. I don't know. But anyway, it is just an open chat tonight. Hope you all had a great day, and I hope you're all ending an awesome day and an awesome week. I'm really happy. This week I got my ceiling primed. I just finished yesterday. My ceiling is primered and ready for ceiling paint. So I did accomplish something this week. I like to do forward progress things. And yes, my ceiling is a lot whiter. So I'm ready for white paint, ceiling paint, and maybe a week from tonight I'll be talking about that. By springtime, I'm going to have a fresh coat of paint in my house and my ceiling. It feels good. Anyway, but I am super excited to be outside all day. Get up in the morning, put shorts on, and go out all day until nighttime, till the mosquitoes are biting at night when the sun goes down. Anyway, I can't wait. Can't wait to be working in my garden and all that good stuff. You guys know how it is. And I'm really stoked to get a pontoon. I'm not getting a pontoon. I'm getting a paddle boat for my pond. One way or the other. There's several people that have them, and so I'm trying to get one a little cheaper right now, but it'll be what it'll be. But anyway, I'm super excited about summer. Oh yes, I do remember. I just remembered what I was going to tell you guys. Get this. Now I don't. My notifications. When you hear that, somebody I'm subscribed to either went live or put up a video. And once in a while, it's a text. But anyway, you guys probably already know that. But all right, so I don't know how many of you guys get notifications on a community post that I put up. Most people, I don't get notifications when they'll say something. Oh, did you see on my community post? No, I didn't see nothing about a community post. Maybe I. Anyway, So I'm going to show you something I put on my community post last night, okay? Because I listened to this story. I listened to these stories, these words of wisdom, and too bad I didn't know you were looking for a paddleboat. I could have gotten you one dirt cheap. My brother gave his away. No way. Yeah, I'm looking for a paddleboat. Dang. Oh well. They're only $700 brand new. And you can usually get them between 150 to 400. You know. There's one advertised right now. It's still wrapped in plastic. The guy lost interest. I don't know what happened. He wants 400 for it. It was 700. No. But yeah, I'm looking for a paddle boat. Like I said, I was ready to go get one, and my roof collapsed. The gas to get there. Yeah. Well, I'm ready to drive. I was just going to go 2 hours one way to go get one. Then the roof of my garage collapsed. I had to put it off for a week or two or whatever. Then I call her, get her back, and then I got my trailer hooked up, ready to go get it. It was like 20 below zero. It was really cold. But I hooked up my truck and trailer, got everything ready, blankets, straps, everything, go get it. And she didn't give me the address. Sat here all day. At 2:00, she's like, "Oh, dang, I was just leaving and I seen that you." Yeah, I've been waiting all day. Anyway, she's going to reschedule. And anyway, it's been like 5 weeks now, maybe 4 or 5 weeks now. So I might start looking at a different one. There's a bunch of them. You know what I noticed? Oh, I forgot about the community tab. All right, I got to get back to the community tab there. So anyway, I put a post on my community tab, and I got to show you this. Got to show you this. I don't know if you guys got notified. Yeah, I need a paddleboat for my pond. I'm so stoked. Now I can get out in the middle of my pond and see how deep it is with a stick or a plumb line or something. Hold on a second. All right, so I put this on my community tab. It's or whatever. Anyway, I put up here. This is the same story as the widow's mite thing. If you watch this video here, story about some town, town or city or whatever that a town that got announced that Buddha was coming. Buddha was coming to town, and Buddha can pretty much solve. Buddha can kind of pretty much solve all your problems. He'll give you the answer. So they were announced in this small town or this town or whatever. They announced in this town that that Buddha was coming. And so people started getting their gifts ready. Oh yeah. So everybody started getting gifts ready, okay? Because the thing is, when Buddha comes to town, you give him a gift and he'll help you, and then he gives the gift right to the poor person. So your gifts that you give him go straight to the poor. He never has nothing. But he gives the gifts that you get. So the gifts you give him, he's gonna give to the poor. So anyway, but so people were trying to impress him, and they were bringing all their expensive things, and kings, even the kings were bringing like very expensive gifts and gold and all this, lot of money. And what he would do is he would take the gift with one hand. And so Buddha came to town, and everybody wanted to see him. So they lined up, they gave him the gifts, and he took with one hand. He gave him the gift. I forgot what he did with the other hand. But anyway, so people gave him gold and money and lots of expensive things. And he thanked everybody and took the gift with one hand. Well, the poor widow, she was a very poor old lady, didn't have nothing, very poor. And she didn't have nothing to bring except all she had was a pomegranate in her hand, and it was half eaten. And she thought, "Well, maybe I'll give this all I have is this pomegranate." So she goes and she goes to the Buddha and says, "I'm sorry, I'm poor." Well, she's hiding it behind her back because she was ashamed. And the Buddha said, "What do you got behind your back?" She said, "Well, I'm poor. I really don't have much except half a pomegranate and half eaten pomegranate and a pomegranate." And he says, "Oh," she said, "but this is all I own." And then he took it with two hands. He put out two hands and took the gift. And the other people were mad because they all he only took their gift with one hand. And they said, "Why we gave you all this money and stuff, and why?" And he was very, very happy with her gift, like happier than everybody. And they said, "Why are you all happy about that? It's a half-eaten pomegranate. And we gave you all this money and gold and stuff." And he's like, "Yeah, but you didn't even give 10% of what you own. She gave 100% of what she owned. That was everything she had." And that's the widow's mite story if I've ever heard it, you know? Except for the one hand, two hand thing. You know what I mean? I mean, they had to leave something out so it couldn't be too obvious. Dude, that is the same story. Grace. So anyway, so Grace, did you not think that that was a widow's mite story? And and Buddha came about to be in like 563 BC. So that would be 600 years before Luke was written. 600 years before Luke was written. That story. So, or 500 Luke. And I've mentioned that before, that a lot of these stories, they are just taking from different religions. I've pointed it out before. Hey, what are you guys doing? What is that noise? Hey! Turkeys. I think the sound you heard was a notification Kathy received. Oh, you wonder what that sound was? Yeah, it was my phone. Yeah. So if you hear that, it's the widow's mite story. It's the exact same thing. Exactly. Right, Grace? That's what I'm saying. That's the widow's mite story. I've been listening to those wisdom stories. They're pretty good. I like them. But I'm just curious if I'm going to be coming across more of those Bible stories in there. You know what I mean? They got a lot of good stories in those words of wisdom. Man, there's just a lot of good ones. But anyway, it was really weird. I was just about to go to bed last night or whatever. It was pretty late, and I've like before I clicked off, that one came up. Actually, when I switch, it's kind of weird. They don't when I'm on this channel. When I'm on this channel, I don't get any of those. Uh, I don't get any of those suggestions. But when I go on my Kathy Exposing Evil channel, I will get those words of wisdom notification or the like suggestions. When I'm on that channel, I get suggestions for that. When I'm on this channel, I don't, which is kind of weird. No, you can't tell a Christian that, but it's right there in plain fight. 500 years at least before Luke told his story. That's the widow's mite story. Same thing. It's all she had. And they even said that she's an old widow. It's all she had was a half-eaten pomegranate. And they're like, "What? Why you think that's so good? We gave you this." And they're like, "But that's all she had." She gave 100% of what she had. You didn't even give 10%. There's your 10% for the churchgoers that have Home Depot buckets passed around. Anyway, I was thinking that today. So if you made $100,000, your church expects you to give them $10,000 a year. Okay, so what about all these people in the audience or church members, whatever it is? Do the math between $5,000 and $10,000 out of each member. How much are these people making? We will never know because they don't have to tell the tax man what they're making. Isn't that convenient? You must call in the name of Jesus or you are going to hell. Yeah. I cringe, man, when I see that. I really cringe when I see that now. And you know what? Like I told you guys a long time ago, that's the notification for something. I told you guys a long time ago, I was on, when Brian Stabley first came on YouTube, he first came on like 2018 or something. He hasn't been on that long, but when he first came on, he was yeah. Grace, what about all the people who don't have a Bible? What about all the people who never saw a Bible? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. But when he first came on, he had this girl with a really strong accent too, like Boston accent, East Coast accent. But anyway, she thought she knew the Bible and all this. And anyway, and they were doing the Mandela effect, and he had just gotten on YouTube, brand new, and they parted ways because she was into the Trump thing and all that. Anyway, it wasn't a good match. But anyway, but they had a call-in show, and I specifically remember it was during the summertime, and I was out working in my yard and listening to it, and I'll never forget the caller called in and said, well, the girl was saying you have to believe in Jesus or you're going to burn in hell, and the lady, well, the one lady was a Christian kind of Christianish. Anyway, but the caller that came in was saying, yes, you if you don't believe in Jesus, then yes, you are going to burn in hell. And there's two people that were calling in. And anyway, Brian started arguing with the person that, yeah, well, my Nana, he was talking about his grandma just died or is going to die. Or she's dead now, but anyway, he said, yeah, well, you telling me my Nana is going to burn in hell because she doesn't know Jesus. She spent her whole life taking care of all the neighborhood kids and her kids and the grandkids, and she's doing everything good every day, and she just didn't have time to read the Bible. You didn't tell me my Nana is going to burn in hell. One guy backed off a little bit, and the other guy goes, well, yeah, I mean, yeah. And Brian Staver goes, well, if that's the God you have, I want no part of your God. And he got really mad because he goes, and then anyway, that didn't end well. And then I remember thinking, that doesn't sound right, does it? She does everything. So you have a person who's really, you've seen people, they're just like, I mean, they're saintly. They don't do anything wrong. Little old ladies are just always been good to everybody and helped everybody and worked at the soup kitchen and never cussed or did nothing wrong, in front of anybody, and probably, lived a really decent life. And that person is going to burn in hell because they didn't know who Jesus was. That doesn't sound really logical. Anyway, I remember thinking, yeah, it is kind of a harsh reality. I mean, so yeah, I thought, yeah, from an outsider, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, from somebody who's never read the Bible, that makes no sense. It's like saying if you don't call on, You could say Buddha. You could say, well, Buddha's not a god. Let's see. Who are the gods? If you don't call on Zeus, if you don't call on Apollo, if you don't call on Allah, if you leave out that, just like, what? Anyway, I always thought that. And once he said that, I was just like, the interesting thing, speaking of Brian Staley, um, so, he is in the Mandela group thing, but he's also was part of the flat earth thing and associated with Matt Mac Fokker. I mean Mac Parhar, who is flat earth Fokker. And remember I told you guys it's so weird. I just said I said that flat earth Fokker, I just saw a video of him. He's acting so weird. Because he was against the C-19, made videos against it and all this. He campaigned against the whole thing, went to the hospitals and all that stuff. So he's all against that. And anyway, it was acting really weird on his videos, saying that he's sick, but it's not that, but he's taking this horse antibiotic or something. And he gave it to his dog, and it's just like, remember I said, you guys, that is so weird. He's acting almost like if you went out and you tried to be the worst, um, almost like you were going overboard with being a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? Like just looking crazy. That's how he looked. He looked crazy. And he was coughing and coughing while he's driving down the road and rolling down the window and spitting out the window. Anyway, that next day he was found dead, allegedly. So Flatter Fokker, Mac Parhar, was found dead on his bathroom floor, blah, blah, blah. And they said, oh, he died of COVID. Well, he didn't say he died of COVID. They just said he tested positive for COVID. I said, this is just crazy. It's like Rob Skiba, all of them. You know what I mean? It's just like, here we go again. They're labeling him with that. Well, they didn't say that was his cause of death. Now he's like 40 years old. He's kind of younger. But I'm telling you. Anyway. So about a week or two ago, it hits the news. Now it's been over a year. He happened to die on 11/3. Oh, by the way, I even showed videos. I'm the one who took out the picture that everybody's using about him inside a Freemasonic lodge. He was going to these Freemason lodges and saying they're flat earth meetings, but I could see the checkered floor and I saw the pictures, put them out. Anyway, he was getting I think he was just getting too dangerous for if he's working for somebody, I don't know. But anyway, just a lot of shady stuff around him. So anyway, now he's found dead, okay? And he happened to be found dead and died on 11/3, which we know is 33. It's the Mason's number. The Freemasonic rituals are taken on a 33 number. So 11/3 would be 33. It's just how they work. 3/11. We know that the pandemic was announced on March 11th, 3/11, which is your 33. Well, they also use the 11/3. Anyway, so on 11/3, he's found dead on his bathroom floor, testing positive for COVID, the anti-COVID guy, right? So I thought, well, that's weird because he was just acting so weird on that video, and it's almost like it was set up. It looked so staged and planned to me, really planned. All right, so then like a week or two ago, the autopsy report gets released on the news. Well, it's on you could look it up right now. Mac Parhar. What was his name? Hey, by the way, back to this thing. Everyone's passed out around here. Okay, good to see you tonight, Joe. Mac Parhar, M-A-K, and his last name is Parhar, P-A-R-H-A-R, Mac Parhar, which he happens to be, and I do believe that he was I believe that he was paid, what do they call it? Like a shill. I believe that he was I believe that he somehow worked for the government because he was getting in trouble and he was getting out of trouble. Anyway, he was just a complete mess. And his channel was called Flat Earth Fokker. Flat Earth Fokker. Focker. Flat Earth Fokker. Anyway, I watched him the whole time he was on YouTube a couple years. So anyway, the autopsy report comes out just recently that he had died of a drug overdose. A drug overdose, okay? They said that there's drug paraphernalia in the bathroom where he was. There was, I think they said needles or whatever. Drug paraphernalia made it sound like heroin. Anyway, so I'm thinking, I think it was a staged death. I think he was just he was there, leading like a Pied Piper. He's trying to lead everybody that's going against it. Anyway, nevertheless, so the autopsy results come out on, you can Google them, that he died of some, like a drug overdose mixed with, I can't even remember. But anyway, a drug overdose, drug paraphernalia, the coroner and everybody saw it in the bathroom, drug paraphernalia, everything. So died of drug overdose. Well, immediately, like the same or next day after that came up, Brian Staley puts up a video that's titled, "My friend Mac Parhar was not a drug addict or didn't die of a drug," or so whatever. He puts up a video or live stream or whatever saying, "Oh, this didn't happen. My friend Mac would have never done that. He only smoked weed. He didn't do any hard drugs." No, wait a minute. I almost put it, if I was in that community, I would have put up a video, but I'm not in the community, so whatever. But I'm going to tell you what, back up, buddy boy. Back the heck up. Number one, there was a very public feud between him and Mikey, horizontally opposed. Very public feud. They both live in Canada. One lived in Toronto. The other one lived in Regina, wherever that is, Saskatchewan, or whatever. Anyway, they're both Canadians. They both flat earthers. But it was a very, very public feud, right? Because they had gotten together and then riding around in the car, even like Mikey went all the way out to British Columbia, where Flat Earth Fokker was. Drove all the way out there with no money or whatever. Flat Earth Fokker puts him up. He had a yoga studio, puts him up there. He says, "Don't tell anybody about my yoga studio," or he don't want everybody to know that. Well, Mikey's video does immediately live streams from the yoga studio saying, "Yeah, Mac lets me sleep in this yoga studio of his." Anyway, just spilled the beans. And anyway, they got in a big fight about a whole bunch of stuff. They didn't, after a certain amount of time, they blew up at each other. And Mikey went his way. Flat Earth Fokker went his way. Well, Flat Earth Fokker is spilling the beans on Mikey. Mikey's spilling the beans on Flat Earth Fokker. And even not only that, on their own live streams, Flat Earth Fokker comes out and says, "Well, the reason why Mikey's got pointed fingernails like a girl is because he's a cross-dresser, and that's why he shaves all the head off of his body. All the hairs off his body. He's got no... He might have eyebrows, maybe a little, but all the hair in his body is shaved off. And he's got these girly fingernails, pointed. And people always ask, why does your fingernails look like that?" And he has all these excuses and he gets mad. Well, Flat Earth Fokker says he's a cross-dresser. He does this. And he wears dresses. He gets guys off Craigslist or whatever. Just spills the beans on Mikey. Well, Mikey, he's got some dirt on Flat Earth Fokker. He says, "Oh yeah, well, what about the time when you were in my car and we were out buying your heroin?" Anyway, so when he goes out there, Mikey goes out to British Columbia. he was driving Mac Parhar around all over the place. They were doing flat smacking, they call it, doing flat earth stuff. But they were also, he said, "Oh yeah, I don't know how many times you guys, even during the live streams, he'd have me pull up somewhere. I'd have to sit in the car and he's out buying his dope. And he left a needle, he left a syringe under the seat of my car, under the passenger seat. After there was a big fight, he got out, he saw a syringe under the passenger seat. So that was public. That was all public. And as a matter of fact, they even went on RV Truth. Russian vids had not one, not two, maybe even three, at least two, probably three, 2, 3, 4 hour live streams. Why is there a huge heart over the chat? I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're seeing. But anyway, so they spilled the beans on each other. Okay, so Mikey's telling everybody that not only did Mikey have to bring Flat Earth Fokker all over to get his heroin all the time, but also he left a needle under his seat. That was public. He went, I don't know how many times. Well, after their feud died down and stuff, then Flat Earth Fokker dies. And now, oh, by the way, as he's running around, he's always Flat Earth Fokker, because most of the Flat Earth people smoke weed in that community that he's in. They have Flat Earth meetups. Everybody smokes weed. Well, he always used to cut down people that smoke weed. Oh, I don't know. You spend all day smoking weed, blah, blah, blah. But Flat Earth Fokker there, his eyes look like golf balls, all right? Bulging out, licking his tongue like a lizard, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Licking his tongue. Dude, he's definitely on something, all right? I'm thinking, look at you. But anyway, he's cutting all these people down for smoking weed. So then why is Brian Savely saying, hey, he never did no hard drugs like that. He only smoked weed. No, he didn't. As a matter of fact, it was public that he did the dope. And the second of all, he cut people down who did weed. So no, the paraphernalia in the coroner found was not weed. I see a grumpy face. Or what is best of buds? So anyway, for Brian Taylor to come out and say, I know 100% sure Mac Parhar never did drugs with a needle. Well, really? I wish I would have saved those clips, but ask Mikey horizontally opposed about the needles. I still don't even think he's dead. I think they faked his death. Like an emoji? I don't know. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, and you can't tell me 3 hour live streams where Russian vids and Flat Earth Fokker trashed Mikey not once, not twice. I don't know how many live streams they did talking about the feud, and they kept saying, well, I know stuff about I know stuff about Mikey. I ain't gonna say. Well, we already heard it. And then Mikey would say, well, I know stuff about Flat Earth Fokker. I'm not going to say, but he did say once the thing came up, once he spilled the beans on Mikey spilled the beans on him. So anyway, I don't know. If he is dead, yeah, I believe it's a drug overdose. And if he's not, I believe that too, because he seemed like a plant. Yeah, not your smiley Grace. This heart stays put at the bottom, not moving. That is weird. I don't see it either. You know what I do see that is weird now? And blocks part of the chat? I don't see that. You know what is weird though? I've noticed sometimes on live streams, everybody's names are different colors. Have you seen that? Now, mine was blue. I don't know why. Like a turquoise. Other people's were pink or red or whatever, or green. But have you guys seen that in certain chats? People's names are different colors. That is weird. I've been twice now. And my name's, it blocks part of the chat. That is weird. I'm going to see if I can see that. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to pull up my chat and see if I can see what you're seeing. I don't see it. I'm on my phone. I just looked. I don't see it. A big heart that blocks the chat. That's weird. I don't see it either. Anyway, isn't that weird? But yeah, I've seen now where people's names are different colors. I was wondering what does that mean? I haven't seen that except for people who aren't moderators. Those are blue. Yeah, it's like that. It is like that. Yeah, names too. Some YouTube thing, then seen different color. You did see this different color in the names? Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, sometimes you'll go to a live stream chat and everybody's names are different colors. Like mine was turquoise, but there was a couple other people with turquoise, but everybody else had different colors. It's just weird. I'm thinking, how are they assigning us colors? Isn't that weird? Does that mean something? Like, according to the comments you make, you are a red. According to comments you make, you are turquoise. You know what I mean? Are they categorizing us, putting us in categories? Yeah, exactly, Grace. Tracking. You know what I mean? Because I noticed I was on a completely different chat and I was still turquoise. Okay, did you guys label me turquoise or something? I've seen it twice. One was on Zach Hubbard's live stream. And the other one was on just a First Amendment auditors live stream. So they have nothing to do with each other, but they both probably are interested. The government's probably interested in both. You know what I mean? It's not like a live stream about kittens or something. You know what I mean? But it is something that they're probably taking track. Some animals are worth more than others. Yeah, exactly. They tag them just like the DNR. They put tags on our ears and let us go again. They catch us, put a tag on our ears, and release us. Let's see where we go. They track us. I want a cup of hot chocolate, but don't want to get out of my bed. Well, I just had one for you, D. You had inspired me about hot chocolate. So right before I came on, I had my first cup of hot chocolate in like 2 years. Maybe a year and a half, probably since last winter. I don't know. But I just had some hot cocoa. And I just put a whipped cream in it. I get the sugar-free whipped cream. And then every once in a while, it's not a big deal. It's like 20 calories for a giant scoopful, and there's no sugar. Anyway, oh, you know what? I should pray us in and put up an invite. If there's anything else I want to say, I don't think so. Anyway, Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us this evening. We give you praise and glory for getting us through another week and providing all of our needs. And we thank you for the fellowship every evening. Your praise, glory to you. Amen and amen. We ask for your blessing on this gathering. Yep. I will shame myself into getting up. Yeah. I just get a little pan and put water in it and put it on the stove and heat it up and put it in my cup, and that was too hot. Took a while to cool down. Anyway, so I'll put up a link if anybody wants to come in. I'll be putting you in the backstage till I hear your voice if you do decide to come in. Because I don't want to be porn bombed again. Grace says, what's the weather been like where you're at, Troll? Well, yeah, what season are you guys in? You guys probably have snow there too, huh? All right. There is a link if anybody wants to come in and chat. Not doing any studies tonight, as always on Sabbath. We just have an open chat. Not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow night. I still have the study that I want to go over with the and I got a few of them ready. The predictions, well, prophecies, I guess, in the Old Testament pointing to the Messiah. And you know what I was thinking today, because I did hear somebody about last year or something. Just make a good point, and I've thought about it ever since. You know how I think people that I think Christians that read the New Testament think in their head that the Messiah is God. When the Messiah comes, it's going to be God. But it never ever said that in the Old Testament. The Messiah is going to be 100% born of a mom and a dad, and from the bloodline of David, and he's going to be the king, and he's going to all that, and he will die, and he'll be going to grave, and he won't come back out. But some people think like they equate Messiah with being God, and there's no, Messiah cannot be God, because Messiah is somebody who is coming on behalf of God. He's coming on behalf of God. He's not God. He's coming on behalf of God. He's sent by God. It's not God. So people that think that Jesus is both God and the Messiah, well, for one thing, the Messiah cannot be God. So you can't have it both ways. I don't believe he's either God or the Messiah. Blasphemy! Oh, what was that? I know people just shudder if I say that. But I don't believe he's either. But you can't have it both ways. So if you do believe he's God, he cannot be the Messiah. If you believe he's the Messiah, he cannot be God. He cannot be both. Period. All right, Dee's getting herself a cup of hot cocoa. Hey, Dee, do you got a little scoop of whipped cream to go in that? Blasphemy! My dog just went. He's so tired of hearing that. I know. He's rolling his eyes at the that. Anyway, so there is the link. If you're gonna come up, tell me before you come up, and I'm still gonna put it in back. Rainy and a storm that hit a couple hours ago. Snow is beginning to melt away. Yeah, it sounds just like our weather. We just started getting rain this week. Melted a lot of snow, but it's a skating rink right now. I went out to the dirt road. I was going to go down to get my mail. It's down at the dirt road on foot. And the road was so icy. Our dirt road is nothing but sheer ice. You cannot walk on it. I don't know how people are stopping it. I live right at the sharp curve. If they miss the curve, they'll go down into my neighbor's driveway. But it is melting, but it's freezing into. As a matter of fact, I got the end of my driveway, and I looked at the sheer ice, and there's no way I can walk on that without falling. Even if I went down the side of the road and then crossed the road to get the mailbox, nope. I don't put marshmallows or whipping cream in the hot chocolate. Oh, you don't? She said, "Is your name Otto?" No, the storm. Oh, Stormsteg name is Otto. Oh, the storm's name is Otto. You had Storm Otto? Well, it is a skating rink here, so I'm glad I didn't go anywhere today. They give them names over here. Our storms, our hurricanes have names. Our hurricanes have names. It goes boy name, girl name, boy girl, boy girl, boy girl, and they're in alphabetical order. So you'll have Hurricane Helen, then Hurricane John, then Hurricane, Karen. It goes alphabetical A to Z, and oh, is that D? Hold on a second. Is that you, D? Is that you, D?
Hello?
Yeah, is that you?
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just want to make sure it was you before I brought you up.
Okay.
So how's things going today?
Doing pretty good.
Did you get your hot cocoa?
No, not yet. I'll get it after I talk.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell y'all, well, I took the cam off. Let me put the cam back on. See me in all my glory. It's like, whatever. You see me?
All right. Yes, you look beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Wait a sec.
There you go.
Okay.
You look good either way. Either
All
way, you
right.
look good.
Okay.
Either way.
But I bought something at Walmart that's really good. I didn't know that Vicks Vapor Rub made this Vapo cream. If I can get it in the picture.
Vicks Vapo Cream. All right.
Vapo
Is that
cream. It's a cream, and it's like in a 3-ounce like squeeze thing.
uh-huh?
Because I've got some skin that was dry, and then I'd scratch it, and well, I still have a little bit of it, but it's getting better, and it's really good. It was like, I think, $8.49 for that, and I guess with taxes a little over 9. But it's helpful. My skin is getting dry from all this dry weather. The humidity's so low. So
Yes.
I found this to be helpful. I didn't know they made it in a cream.
That's Vicks?
Yeah, Vicks.
And that helps your skin?
It's
Huh.
trying to get
Oh, yeah.
Vapo
Soothing.
cream,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a
Nice.
soothing. It smells like Vapor Vapor
Yeah.
Rub, but it's not. It doesn't seem as strong, and the cream, goes into the skin a lot easier. It's not that thickness like regular Vicks is.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
really good.
So
I'm impressed.
nice. Nice. So, but you guys your weather's shaping up though, isn't it? You guys have
What?
had nice weather.
Well, it's been kind
You
of
guys have
cold
had
today.
nice weather, haven't you?
Had nice weather except for
Oh.
day before yesterday or yesterday. I think maybe yesterday and today was cold, and I thought it was going to be about 70 tomorrow, but that's not till Sunday. I think it's just
Ooh.
supposed to be around 50 tomorrow, but at least it's above freezing.
Yes,
But
50 would be, yeah, you'd see people in shorts if we had 50.
I'm ready for
Grace,
mine. Huh?
yeah, I'm ready too. I'm way ready.
Yeah.
I've been playing inside, but I'm ready to go out. Grace is eucalyptus, but not as greasy, I assume. Is
Yeah,
it
it
got
has, I think, eucalyptic oil in it.
Yeah, but not as
Eucalyptus.
greasy as the other stuff. I used to
I
like
don't
that when I
mind.
had
I don't mind the smell of it. It's not real strong, but with the being a cream, it absorbs into the skin real well. And it's like keeping my skin from drying out, because then it'll dry out and then it'll itch and scratch
Yeah.
my skin. And it's like, no.
Yeah,
So,
some people have humidifiers in their house. They run a humidifier which puts water into the air.
yeah.
People here in
Yeah.
Minnesota, if you got your furnace running all the time,
Yeah, I
a little
figure
moisture.
maybe another month and then the cold weather will be over with.
Yeah.
It'll be more spring-like. It'll be better. But right now, it's dry. But we haven't had much snow, so I can't complain. We just had that real light dusting and then maybe an inch the next time. And it melted pretty much right away. Last
Yeah.
year was a dusting, but then there was about 3 inches. And that took a few days to melt because it wasn't sunny out. So the sun makes a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, for us, when the sun comes out, it gets a lot colder because
Mhm.
the clouds hold the heat in. Right? So when
Yes.
we don't have clouds, it gets really cold, but the sun is out. So I think I would rather have sun with cold than clouds a little bit warmer. Either way, it's
Yeah,
cold, but the sun makes a big difference. It just
it
makes it
does.
nicer to go places, get out,
Yeah.
get that vitamin D.
I
Yeah,
think
we
that's
do.
why
Hmm?
my friend that moved up to Michigan, she wants to move down to North
Mhm.
Carolina because she says it's dreary, a lot up there, and she misses seeing the sun. But she's always like North Carolina. I don't know why she just didn't go ahead and move up there, but anyway, she's planning on doing that in the next few months. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Just the first signs of spring are just encouraging, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've heard birds singing. It's
Yeah, I like that.
it's
That is
yeah,
first sign of spring.
and
Joel
the
said my
birds
first
still.
ride in 2023.
It's your what?
Troll said my first ride of 2023
Oh,
yesterday, but it was cold. I tell you, yeah. Yeah,
mhm.
as soon as the roads get dry, we'll see some motorcycles out. And cold though. I mean, it is cold but anyway, that's another sign of spring. And when you start seeing motorcycles driving around, like birds chirping, motorcycles driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait. I can't wait to hear the lawnmowers running. That's
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
It's summer. Oh, that's good.
We put new windows in here all around, and now they're painting around the windows this dark blue, which I don't much like, but they're doing a lot to remodel. It's going to take a while. They're starting on like the empty apartments, remodeling them. There's, I don't know, 6 or 7 of those. And then I think they're supposed to go from the 3rd floor down. It'll be a pain in the butt, but once it's done, it'll be nice.
Yeah, I I the only time I lived in an apartment. Well, actually, when I was really young, I lived a little bit. But anyway, one time I lived in an apartment. It was between houses, and that's when I met Dave. Um, but he lived in there were 6 apartments on the upper level. We had 3 floors also, and I was in the middle apartment, and he was in the middle apartment. And when the people in the end apartments, the corner ones, when they moved out, I asked, and I got moved to a corner apartment because it seemed a little bigger, and plus you got 2 windows. So when those new ones open up, would you is that something you would do? Try to get a better view or anything, or do you got what you want? That's what I did. When the good apartment opened up, I jumped on it. Just moved down the hall to the next apartment because it had a better view and an extra window. But anyway, it'd be kind of a good time to move is when they're got empty apartments and stuff. If
Yeah.
you're, I don't
I
know if
don't
you
know
ever.
how they're going to do that. If they might do that, or just maybe move all the furniture in the middle of the room because I know they're going to be repainting. I don't know if they're going to put in new carpeting or not, but anyway. But they're supposed to. I heard everybody's supposed to get a new stove and refrigerator and a two sink, set up with the garbage disposal. I was surprised there wasn't a garbage disposal here. And so I think mainly that'll be what's going to be mostly time consuming. But if they have to paint every room, that wouldn't take long. They could whip out the paint. There's like 2 or 3 people that go in there.
Yeah, I've worked in real estate, and they come in and whip it out fast. Within 2 days, they can do an entire house.
And they, they're going to take out the old cabinets and put in new cabinets. That's the most labor intensive there, but the living room, the bedroom, it's not much to do there. And I think they're redoing some things in the bathroom. But I'm just glad to get it over and done with. Yeah, it might take a year before they get to me. I don't know. I'm on the second floor, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But the people
Yep,
that
I just know. Huh?
they said something about the people that are like disabled, they're going to set them up in a motel for a month and give them a $300 card they can buy food with. But the thing is, they said none of these hotels around here have a kitchenette. So what are they going to have to eat fast food for a month? And you
Yeah.
can spend $10, $11 a meal for that,
When somebody else cooks it, yep, you're going to pay.
Yeah, if they don't have a little kitchenette in any of these hotels.
Well, not that, but
There's
you got to go out for your food all the time. I
Yeah,
don't want to go out for every meal. I don't
yeah,
want to go out for any meals.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Grace said with everything that they're doing, you're going to have a brand new apartment.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice. Me too. I got fresh paint, and it feels like a new place.
yeah.
I like it.
Well, some of
I
these
like fresh new
apartments, I
paint.
didn't think they were like in bad shape, but when I moved in, it would look fine. And somebody said, "Well,
Mhm.
you got one of the nicer apartments here." And I thought, So then I heard about mainly like with the windows when it rained real hard and would come in and run down the sill, and it's like, oh my gosh. So that should be stopping with these new windows.
Yeah, they can't have that. It'll rot
Yeah.
inside the walls and stuff. Do you pay your own heat?
No, I don't have to pay heat.
Okay, well, that's one of the reasons why they're putting new windows in, because they're paying the heat, and they're probably drafty. They're probably not
Yeah,
efficient.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they put this lighting system in the hall, like the overhead light, and it stays off until it's motion sensitive. As you're walking down the
Mhm.
hall, the light will come on, and the farther you go down the hall, each light comes on. It's weird, but I'll get used to it. It looks
Yeah.
brighter.
Yeah, they call it green. They're energy
They call it
efficient.
what?
And actually, some stores they call it green, which
Oh,
means energy efficient. So, like some grocery stores have it. So, the lights inside the freezer won't even go on until you open the door or walk past it or whatever. The lights
I
are off.
noticed that before. I did notice
Yeah.
that. Or it'll be a real low light and then it comes on bright.
Yeah, when you open the door, yeah. It's called green. They're just energy efficient. So, yeah, they'll have it where the light won't come on until you need it. A
I
lot
mean,
of people,
they're gonna be
yeah.
saving money on electricity, but at the same point, they're spending money to save money, but at some point it'll
Yeah,
pay for
some point
itself.
it's gonna pay off. Yeah, probably not too far down the road, because right now they're looking at their heat bill and their electricity and saying, "We gotta do something about this."
Oh
So
yeah,
they're
I
replacing the
imagine that.
windows, and they replace windows, put them energy efficient lights on and stuff. They're gonna see hundreds of dollars, if not I don't know how many units are maybe
Yeah,
thousands a month.
spend.
Who
I'm
knows?
sure
Yeah, it'll
the
pay off.
electric bill is sky high every month with
Oh
almost
yeah.
100 apartments.
Mhm. Yep.
And
Then they got the
then
parking lot lights and all that.
Yeah, and the
outdoor
parking lot
lights.
lights, and there's
They got electricity going, and then they got the electricity to blow the fans and your heat into your apartments, and
mhm,
they got a
and
very large bill. So
yeah, and they have 3 laundry rooms, 1 for each floor, so that's
there you go.
running
There,
all the day,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And a dryer is 220. That ain't a joke, man. Those things take up a lot of
Yeah,
power.
and
You
then
have
I
to pay.
imagine the elevator probably uses a lot of electricity too, and people going up and down the elevator all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it might use electricity. The elevators, though, the cost there is the maintenance, because you have
Y
to have them maintained. They have to
yeah,
be safe, and they have to be inspected and all that stuff and maintained, so that's the cost of the elevators. I don't know, they're
yeah,
expensive. Might be a little bit of electricity, but more of the maintenance and the inspections and all that. You gotta make sure the cable ain't gonna snap and kill everybody, so they gotta constantly inspect those and stuff, so that's kind of a little
mhm.
pain for somebody. That's why a lot of apartments can't even afford it, they just have the steps. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get off here and go make a cup of hot cocoa and come back in the chat room.
Alright, well, thank you
I
so much
wanted
for
to tell you about that Vapo cream if you ever need
coming.
some, and, it's good for, like, aches and pains, if your muscles are sore. There's all kinds
Yeah,
of uses for Vapor Rub.
yeah. I used to like when I was a little kid and I got sick or cold, stuffy head, I'd put a little bit underneath my nose and, like, above your lip there and just smell it, and it would clear your head
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
And, or, like, when you're a little kid, they rub it on your chest so it keeps your head up, plugged up, unplugged.
yeah,
Anyway, yes, I've known that stuff since I was a kid, and I love it, especially, it's good on aches and pains too,
yeah.
eucalyptus.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
well, thank you so much, Dee. Have a good
yep,
rest of the evening. Anyway,
you
thanks for
too.
coming
I'll be
in.
back in the chat room in a minute. Bye-bye.
Uh, Bye. Thanks for coming in. Always nice to talk to Dee. Always fun. Anybody else want to come in and chat? Grace or Troll, you want to come in and chat? Anybody want to come in and chat? So there you go. Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh, wait, which is it was this the Vapor Cream instead of the greasy Vapor Rub. It's more of a cream, so it's not like so oily. Anyway, well, that was nice and exciting for her to get her apartment all redone. Save them some money, and always looks nice to have fresh paint. I'm enjoying the heck out of my fresh paint. And the dog. He's stretching. Really stretching. Um, but yeah, I love the new paint. Always makes it feel fresh and new. I'm just coming up at the end of next month, it'll be 4 years. I'll finish 4 years of being up here. All through 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I'm finishing 4 years. I'll start my 5th year on April 1st. April Fool's Day is the first day I spent up here. I think I bought it on the 27th of March or something like that. Moved in a few days later. Bad idea. Bad idea. Forgot what I just said. Uh, anyway. A bad idea. Hop on, Troll. We need to allow access to your camera, but you can cover it up. Yeah. Yeah. Um, Not that. No. Um, Grace, you want to hop in? Anybody else want to hop in? Mm. Man, you guys, 4 weeks from now, you know what else? We got daylight saving time ends or starts, whatever the heck it's called. Daylight saving time is over in 4 weeks, I think. Then sunset will be 7 p.m. Oh yeah, company's sleeping right next to me. Oh, okay, keep it down. We gotta keep it down. Yeah, we don't want to wake up your company. Um, But yeah, it was nice talking to Dee. And yeah, I'm super stoked and excited. Um, I think I also want to get like an ATV this year. Yeah, more daylight. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready for longer days too. Yeah. So right now the sunset is 5:40, 5:42. Last Friday it was 5:30, so it's 12 minutes later. We gained 12 minutes this week. So it's 5:40. Next week it'll be 5:50, almost 6 o'clock. So yeah, in 4 weeks, you guys, it will be sunset will be 7 p.m. I can't wait to be outside. I think I want to buy an ATV. I want a little ATV for cruising around down the roads and stuff. I live out in the country on dirt roads. There's hundreds of miles of dirt roads out here, and you can do what you want here. I can drive my ATV all the way into town and pull it up at a gas station and get gas, and then drive it over to the grocery store and get groceries. That's what people do up here. It's really weird to see like ATVs and sport utilities just driving all over the place. And like in the city, it would never happen. You can't drive those things up to a gas station. But up here, and same with snowmobiles. People on snowmobiles that they're going, right into town. There's trails, state trails. You go right into as long as you got a sticker, you can go anywhere you want. You can drive it all the way into town, right to the gas station, pull up to the gas pumps, fill up your snowmobile, and take off and go anywhere you want. You'll see outside the bars, there's a bunch of snowmobiles. They go bar hopping with snowmobiles, and anyway, it just is what it is. But anyway, I've been looking at ATVs. I think I want to get a little ATV up here. I do have my motorcycle. Hey, Troll, I had a motorcycle. I bought a motorcycle when I think I was 13 or 14. I bought a motorcycle. And this was in the 70s. And it was my uncle. Actually, it was my great uncle. My great uncle had throat cancer, and he had just bought this motorcycle. I have a 1973. Yeah, I have a 19 and anyway, I still have it. My dad saved it for me for 40 years and he just gave it back to me. Anyway, it is a 1973 Honda 125cc on off road, a red and white one. Anyway, a 73 or 74, I got to look at the title. But I got it. I was almost brand new from my uncle. And back then I paid $700, and this was back in the 70s. That was my paper route money. I paid $700, and then I paid $75 to have it shipped from to Minnesota. My parents went to go see my uncle and aunt down in Arizona, and my uncle had throat cancer. And anyway, they said, "Hey," he was selling that motorcycle, and they said, "Hey, our daughter's looking for a motorcycle." So they said, "Hey," and I said, "Yeah, I want it." So they bought it. I paid for it, and I paid $75 for it to have it trucked up to Minnesota. A trucker drove it up here. So anyway, that was cool. But I still have it, and it runs and everything. But the gas tank was all rusted. All right, the gas tank was rusted. It still turns over and everything. Inside of the not the outside, because it's been kept really nice. But the inside of my gas tank was rusted out. So I cleaned it, and I cleaned it spick and span like pure metal. You know how I did it? I bet you know, Troll. How did I do it? Um, yeah, yeah. I figured you're a Harley guy, but I was a 12-year-old girl. I took the Honda. But I cleaned out the gas tank. I went on YouTube and figured it out. I didn't want chemicals. I didn't want to do all that. So what you do is you fill up your gas tank with vinegar, and you pour a bunch of copper BBs in there. You know BBs, and I have BBs because I got BB guns. So Anyway, you get some of them copper BBs, pour it in the gas tank, and fill it with vinegar. And you put the lid on it, and you just shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it. You let it sit for about a day, and you keep shaking it a couple times a day. And after 2 or 3 days, shake it, shake it, shake it, and then you dump it all out, and make sure you get all the BBs and everything out, and then wash it out. And it was like brand new inside that tank, not a speck of rust. And then guess what? I put it back on my motorcycle, hooked the hoses up and everything, put gas in it, and it poured out the bottom because it cleaned it so good that a pinhole of rust ate through. So now I got to get it. I tried JB Well a gas tank JB Well. It did not hold. So I got to get it welded. I got a pinhole in my gas tank now. So anyway, after I get the pinhole welded, then I can get it back on the road. Yeah. Yeah, you love snowmobiles? Yeah. Everybody up here has snowmobiles. I didn't buy one yet. I need to get one. Back with a cup of hot chocolate. Very good, D. Sounds good. Mine hit the spot. Thank you, D. It's always great to see you. Yeah, thanks for coming in, D. I like that. Very nice. Always fun. You're so authentic. Yes, she is. Yep. Harley guy. Yep, I figured so. And now if I ever bought a motorcycle, it would definitely be a Harley. But I'm just not interested in my age at that. So I got to be careful on my 125 Honda. I'm old, man. Sound beautiful, just like you are. Simply a beautiful person. Amen. I just realized that when Donnie talks, he never has the camera on. Not sure what he looks like. Donnie, he had the. Well, yeah. You know, it's funny. He put his picture up one time, and he put his picture up one time, but took it down. It was on his thumbnail for like one day, and I've already forgot what he looks like. I couldn't pick him out in the crowd. I don't know. He had his picture up for one day and took it down, so I can't remember what he looks like, actually, to be honest. Yeah, that's okay. I don't have a camera on either. Neither do I. You still ride? No, I haven't not ride for years. Not for many years, because life got in the way. Very young, I got married and had children, and this life got in the way. And then I don't know. I'm older now, retired, and I got time now, and I want to have fun. But I think instead of I'm going to have my motorcycle for the dirt roads up here, and maybe driving into town. We'll see. But I think I want an ATV because I'm not going to tip over with the ATV. Less likely to wipe out on the dirt and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, no, I haven't rode for years, but I want to get my bike going again and get another. Anyway, I got time now to do stuff. I got time to have fun, so I'm going to have fun. Live life, enjoy life, love life. Yeah, that's a mama cat. She knows her stuff. Pretty much sure I will go to the noon meeting tomorrow. I went last Tuesday and Thursday. The week before, I only went once. Don't need to go every day, but I like being there. Yeah, if there's good people to fellowship with, that's nice. If you really like the people there, it is fun. You just to get out and see the people, see how they're doing. Sometimes other people need help too. You know what I mean? That's nice to be there for them. A club friend is 83 and still hangs and do rides. Really? 83? Well, I'm not that old. I'm not yet 60, but close to it. But yeah. So I would probably drive to town and back. Our town is 7 miles away. And it's about a mile and a half dirt road, and then I get on the paved road, and it's another 5.5, 6 miles of paved road, probably. I was only on a motorcycle once when I was a kid. My cousin was showing off and scared me. Ah, your cousin ruined it for you. You know, it's being on the back of a motorcycle isn't always fun anyway. You gotta you gotta you gotta be in control and be the one driving it. I had a bike when I had a motorcycle when I was 12, 13 maybe. I was 13 probably, I can't remember. But I rode for years. Loved it. Loved it. But in fact, I'd come home from school every day if it was summer, spring, or fall. If it wasn't snow on the ground, I'd come home, go into the garage, throw my school books on the ground, and grab my motorcycle and take off. That's what I did. I didn't even go in the house. Throw my stuff down after I got off the bus, go in the garage, put my stuff down, get on my motorcycle, take off. Every day. Never got tired of it. Got hurt a few times, but oh well. Got my leg burnt, my ankle burnt. I had the words Honda backwards in my knee, and the 125 was backwards in my ankle, burnt in like branded. Then a couple wipeouts. I learned not to hit the brakes on the grass because sometimes I like on the freeway. I'd have to go in the ditch, drive along the road in the ditch, and if you're in the ditch riding and you hit the brakes on the grass, it's like a banana peel. The back goes up from underneath. Yeah. Don't hit the brakes on the grass. Anyway, I learned that quick. So I know you can get hurt on those things. So anyway, I don't want to get too crazy. But I think I want to also ATV. Because even my dogs could ride on that. Anyway. So anybody else want to hop up? Otherwise, I don't know what else to talk about. Ouch. But hey, it builds character and makes shine. That's right. I no longer have the brands in my knee and my ankle anymore. They grew up. It grew away. They went away with age. But I learned not to tip over. Hey, Donnie. Good to see you tonight. Hey, family. Just want to say hi and love you all. Taking some time offline. All right. Well, thanks for coming in and chatting. Good to see you tonight, Donnie. Grace says hi to Donnie. Used to love riding my bicycle growing up. Yeah, me too. I love bicycle. I get the fear once. But once you get a taste of the good feeling, there's no going back. Yeah, no, I get it too. Yeah, no, I'd still get on my bike. I would just not going to get crazy like I used to. I used to go over jumps. I used to do all that stuff. I wouldn't do that anymore. Yeah, I used to get crazy with that thing. I now hopefully I'll get it running during the summer. And if I get it running, I will be just taking it easy on the dirt roads and on the paved road into town. So yeah, I won't be getting all crazy anymore on it, but I'll still want to ride it because I loved it. I loved riding that bike. Every day after school, man, you know what I mean? Let my friend drive it once and she broke my mirror off it. First time. Excuse me, I have hiccups. I love you, Donnie. Don't be gone too long from Grace. Dee says hi to Donnie. Yeah, there's no going back. That's right. Donnie says thank you. Have a good night. You too, Donnie. Have a good weekend. Dee says you too, Donnie. Yeah, have a good weekend, Donnie. I hope you and your mom are both doing well. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to get my paddle boat for the pond. We ATV to have fun with, and if I had somebody up here, I see people snowmobiling all the time by themselves. I just don't know if I want to do it by myself, because if you break down, then what? In fact, I went into town the other day and I saw 2 snowmobilers that were on the side of the road, and one had his hood up and they were working on it. And I thought, well, at least dude has a friend that he can hop on the back and they can go get help or get some parts or something. Go get a trailer or something. I mean, if you're broken down by yourself on the snowmobile, what the heck are you gonna do? So I'm not interested in going out on a snowmobile by myself. It's too cold to get broke down. I got to sleep fairly early last night and slept well. Hoping for that to happen again tonight. Yeah. Well, me too, D. I did go to bed a little earlier. Not early, but yeah, I like a good night's sleep. I love having 8 hours, maybe 7. I sleep good too, man. I'm a solid sleeper. But I like my sleep. I do not like getting cheated on my sleep. Get a good 7, 8 hours in and I'm good. But yeah. But I can get in the habit of staying up too late, like way too late, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, even 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, I got to sleep. So if I sleep 8 hours, now I'm sleeping in past noon. I'm sleeping till what, 6, 7, 8, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. See, and that ain't good. Can't do that. Can't get up at 1. It's only 4 hours of daylight and it's dark again. I like it. So yeah, I was staying up way too late. But anyway, if I'm in bed by 1 or 2 o'clock, even 2 o'clock, I'm good with 2 o'clock because I can get up at 9, 10 if I'm really want to sleep in and have 8 hours of sleep still. I mean, I rode in the woods in the middle of the night on ATV, ended with head-on collision with a huge wild boar. Really? Yeah. You got a headlight? Yeah. So a wild boar. What did it do? Did it just bounce off of you and then take off running? Those things are like it would be like hitting a car. And not only that, but they're low to the ground. They're heavy and they're low to the ground, which does not make good for a good collision. At least with a deer, you can flip them. You know what I mean? I hit a deer. I felt bad. I started crying. That's when I went all the way. I drove. I had my truck and my trailer, and anyway, they jumped all right in front of me. And I hit one of them. And I felt bad. I was crying on the way home. Just felt horrible for the deer and for the other deer that had to look, and I just felt horrible. You know, it didn't do anything to my truck because I got a 3-ton vehicle. All it did is curled my license plate up, cracked a little bit of the bumper, and then left a scratch on it too with some hair. Grace says, I've slept so well these past 2 nights. It's been amazing. Once that pain eases up a little. Yeah, that's nice, Grace. That is nice. Stupid idea to do it in the first place. Yeah, I don't like going out after dark, man. That's when the animals are out. Animals are out at night. And you can't see too far ahead and stuff. I mean, even with a headlight. I mean, people go snowmobile and stuff too, but even snowmobile, man, even on a groomed trail, you don't even know. But yeah, people hit fences and wire and all kinds of stuff in the night. That's scary. Yep. Think I'm in hibernation mode. Woke up around 7, used the bathroom, went back till 11. Yeah, I've done that. I get up. All the dogs have to go out. Dogs go out. When they come back, they know the routine. We're going back to bed. I get up at 7, and then they go, well, I'll go back into bed for a few more hours. Complete stop, but I walked away and the board too. Really? Did you shake hands? Yeah, the boars. I don't. Yeah, boars are tough, man. I think it would have probably hurt it, huh? Yeah. Thank goodness the board didn't attack you. That's what I thought. maybe the boar would get mad and attack you. Like, what the heck? What is this guy doing? Like a road rage incident. Get your legal shroom spores. Really? Aaron earned shroom spores? Really? Aaron earned an iron urn. Aaron earned an iron urn. Well, I really don't need any shroom spores, but thank you for the yeah. Thank you for the offer. Oh, is that? Hold on a second. Oh no, Grace, I almost blocked you. Hold on a second. Hold on, I gotta get this. I can't see that good, but if my eyes are correct, I'm not sure what that picture is. Oh man, no, but yeah, what you're gonna have to want to go ahead and do is go to Revelation Mark Hardy channel. He probably wants some. He likes your picture, and he'll take some of those shroom spores. You know what I'm saying? Memories are vague, but yeah, glad to. Yeah. Wrong channel. Yeah, you want Revelation Mark Hardy is what you want to have to go ahead and want to do. What you're going to have to want to go ahead and do is go to Revelation Mark Hardy. He loves shroom spores and pornographic pictures. He really wants your picture. Yeah, he really wants your picture. He likes your picture. I can't see it that good on here, but if my eyes are correct, I think I don't know. And your yeah, he probably wants your shrooms too. I think I heard him looking for shrooms the other day. So yeah, go ahead over there. I might be wrong, but he might be looking for shrooms. I gotta see what I gotta pick on. Oh, I gotta get back on YouTube because I gotta see what this looks like. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't see what you guys see. Let me see what you guys see. Oh, let's see. Oh. he's sure to have more prophetic. Yeah, actually, you'll help him out because he will turn your pictures there into prophecies for tomorrow. Yes, he will have lots of prophetic dreams. That's right. All right. Those are just notifications. Cop watchers. They're not really cop watchers. What they are is cop provokers. They go out and poke the bear. They go out and really kind of annoy the police with the camera rolling and hope that the police do something that they can get more views with, which is, I don't think that's helpful. I mean, okay, like, I don't know. There's a place for it and there's not a place for it. Anyway, but going up and provoking cops just to get some views, I don't think that's helping anybody. You're supposed to go out and find the bad cops, not just go out and provoke everybody. Guaranteed buck naked prophetic dreams is always yes. Mark Hardy sounds like a porn actor's artist name, to be honest. You know what? His last name, yeah. Yeah, I never thought of that, but you're right. Mark Hardy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's wishes he was. It probably would have been a better career choice for him. It would have been a career choice because he's never done anything with his life, but that could have been something. If he got into pornography, at least he could be successful at something. Anyway. All right, so my cat's rubbing all over the microphone. It's probably time for me to get off here. All right, other than that, yeah. Anyway, Happy. I got ready for Sabbath all day today. Got my to-do list done. House spick and span. Food ready for tomorrow. And I think I will sign off and it's cold out. I don't want to go anywhere. I think I left the house once in 7 days. Might even been more. No, it was probably once in 7 days. I only go somewhere about once a week now in the winter. In the summer, I can't even come in the house. But wintertime, yeah, a little hibernation mode going on right now. Anyway, but spring's coming and there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I'll pray us out and get off of here, and we will. Yeah, I know. Mark Hardy said he was not born to work. I got to tell you a story about that, Grace, so maybe I'll text it to you. Yeah, he said, I'm not born to work. I think that's what a slug says, or sloth, or some kind of a slug on the side of like a barnacle on the side of a boat. Just attached to something and just stay there and suck the life out of it. Anyway, all right. All right, I'll wrap it up. And anybody else, anything else you want to say or do or think or write or do anything? Hey, by the way, my two channels together, I'm at like one or two people away from 1,000 subscribers. One channel has 677. The other one has 321, I think. So my two channels almost have 1,000 together. I've got two more subscribers. I'll hit 1,000. So yeah, this one's at 677. This channel is slow to grow, I tell you. It's not a fast growing channel because not hardly anybody does. So if you want a fast growing channel, do not have a deep diving Bible study channel. Just a thank you to you guys. Well, thank you too. It was so nice of you to come in and chat tonight or this morning. I guess it would be for you. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, he is a parasite. Yeah, that right. Paris. Grace, it's called Paris. Like Cynthia Paris. Ite. He's a Paris-ite. A Cynthia Paris-ite. All right. Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us once again this evening. We thank you for your Sabbaths are a delight. We thank you for the rest you provide for us and fellowship and everything else you provide. Praise the Lord. Amen. Oh, thank you for coming in. It was nice to see you tonight. And Grace, as always, a pleasure. Good night. Always fun and a pleasure too. Nice to see your beautiful face. And Donnie, good night to Donnie. Thanks for coming in and checking in, saying hi. Anybody else? And the chicken feed, that goes out to anybody, but a good night to Pinch. I hope that helps for you. Yeah, so if you got like chickens or farming or any kind of gardening stuff, Lead Farmer 73 and Homestead Heart, and the two channels I love. They're having troubles with their chickens laying eggs. So anyway, they got some advice on that. And anybody else that came in. And if you're listening on the replay, thanks for listening on the replay. Mr. and Mrs. Che, hello, shout out to you. I hope things are well. And anybody else? Gracious, love you, Kathy. Love, prayers, and blessings to you all. Great seeing you, Troll. Visit whenever you can. Yes, Troll, come back whenever you're able. I know this is very early in the morning, extremely early in the morning. Anyway, but we sure appreciate you coming in and saying hi and visiting with us. Anyway, well, thank you guys. Thanks everyone. Have a great rest of the evening. Have an awesome Sabbath. And I hope to see you tomorrow night. God bless each and every one of you. Praise and glory to God. Hallelujah and shalom. Yes, graces. Have a blessed day, Pinch. Shalom, Mr. and Mrs. Chasey. Our newest newlyweds. Yes, another newlywed couple. Hallelujah and shalom.